The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
Nathan King, Andrew Lynch are back with us. Fellas, lovely to see you.
Likewise.
Lovely to see you.
Quick quiz, when were you here last time?
Oh, was it 2019?
Yes.
Is that right?
2019.
I think it was.
We did a 20-year anniversary of something important, clearly at the time.
Yeah, it was the 20th anniversary of your record.
That's right, yeah.
I'm the one answering the questions. I win the prize.
Yeah.
When you get back together, let me ask you, when you get back together, is there regret over the lost years?
There was for me. Yeah. It was a sort of a wondering of like, what could have been if we'd sort of just dug a bit deeper and managed to pull through some of those hard times that, sort of cascaded to a point where we went, okay, we need to take a break.
Right.
But yeah.
On a positive note, we still really like each other because we weren't stuck in a room for
That's true.
the extra 15 years.
We may have killed each other if we'd tried to stay together. You never know.
Because I'm always interested in the psychology of bands, because most of them in general never last, do they? They have their creative differences, they go their separate ways, a lot of people come back together and all that sort of stuff. What happens?
I think the main reason is that you're on the road together, so you're essentially living together a lot of the time, especially if you're not, top flight bands who've got their own rooms all the time and all that. So you're literally sleeping together, and then you're also having to work together. So then it's like husband and wives who...
It's like having 4 wives or 3 wives, depending how many are in the band.
It's a bro harem.
Okay, and so and so the fact, I wonder if age has something to do with it, because so many bands who break through early are young.
Yeah.
And so if you started now, knowing what you know, and you're a bit more mature, and you got your act together, and you've had a bit of life, then you do it differently. Therefore, it might last a bit longer.
Oh,
True.
100%.
I would definitely say maturity is playing out here as well. Everyone's a bit more chill and understanding of other people.
Yeah,
Whereas, young hotheads running around with bravado.
yeah.
Yeah. And we know ourselves better, so you just... you can cope and adapt.
How did the whole thing come back together? Because you two have continued to work together, but in the music industry separately away from the band. So you obviously get on. How did the rest of it get dragged back? Because one's off doing coffee, one's off running a restaurant.
Yeah, it was a fortuitous... there was a call up from our now manager who in when the Lions last came to New Zealand, and there was an opportunity to play for the All Blacks in front of a home crowd at Eden Park, and we thought, oh, we can't say no to that. So it was just a one-off random event, and that just sparked a little something, and we all looked at each other afterwards and we were like, that was a lot of fun, we should do that again.
We can thank rugby, basically.
Well, there you go. That's good. And you had the magic at the time. It was one of those things. It was like riding a bike, as they say.
Yeah,
100%.
And so you at the moment, so you're not going to play your new single because you haven't worked out, I'm understanding, on how to do the acoustic version of it yet. Which is, well, that's what I was told. Is that BS from management?
No, we haven't had an opportunity to actually put it together yet with the band.
Together,
Right.
Yeah.
Now, that's not a criticism. The only reason I asked that question is how do you go about musically, if you've got the song, making an acoustic version of it? I mean, why don't you just grab a guitar and strum and sing?
We could do that, and it might be okay, but we just literally haven't had a chance to do that prior to being on air, so we thought probably not a good idea.
So it's a process, though, to do a different version of what you've done.
To do it right, to do it justice.
What are you looking at doing then? I mean, musically, when you sit down creatively together to go, let's do an acoustic version of this song, what are you looking to do? What actually
Add
happens?
some special sauce.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And reinterpret it as well, which can just take time. You might try it one way, and you might slow it down or something, and then all of a
that
sudden,
works. No, maybe it doesn't.
No, that makes it boring, and then you want to try something else. So.
Okay. So the album that this single that you're not playing comes from is out when?
Yeah, that's coming out 1st of March, Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you're in business. You're back. Have you listened to it in its finished form?
Oh yeah, we've got the master
multiple
back.
times. Yeah.
And what do you think of it?
Yeah, loving it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's for us. It's a slight evolution, which is nice, but not too much. It's still us, but it's definitely kicked the can forward. It's good. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Well, in putting it in perspective with what else I'm hearing, and music has just evolved quite rapidly over the last sort of 10 years. Like certainly, pop music has, from a sonic perspective, has just become fascinating. Like there's so many sounds now that are being used in pop music that were never considered back when we were
100%,
a guitar band.
Yeah.
So getting to delve into some of that's been real awesome.
That's right. And you set out to, it's the Z sound or not? Or
this is different. Clearly, there's moments on the impending album that hark back to all of that, and then there's things that have definitely moved to another area.
Because here's the thing for you guys, there's a generation now between when you started and when you're here, isn't it? I mean, you could be going, 1, to the people who loved you, 2, to the people who've never heard you, and this is all fresh material. So that's exciting, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think the music will probably cater to both quite well, like within the album as a whole.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of cool. Not that we tried to do that, but there's enough of us wanting to be our 20-year-old selves again, but then at the same time going, but we've learned a thing or two over the last 20 years, and there's a bit more depth in there.
You're better musicians?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always a student
Yeah.
of life and music, as I say.
Because that's the thing. We had Neil Finn on last week, and so you're about 10 years newer than he was when Crowded House started in 86, right? So you go in at 96 or thereabouts when Silence came out. And you went platinum. He went platinum. So you bang, day one, you're a hit. Were you after that? He said he was. I think he was joking. I don't know.
Why would you not, though?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one thing to think, oh, geez, imagine if it went platinum. It's another thing to do it.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
We quietly hoped the whole time, but you just don't know. It's a tough old industry. But we were keen to do whatever we could. You just want as many people to hear your music as possible and give you the opportunity to then roll it out in even multiple territories. It just creates something that you can really sink your teeth into and go with, rather than having to twiddle your thumbs for 12 months while you wait for the next tour in New Zealand, you know?
So here we are then 20 plus years later. Where's this going, do you think? Where do you want it to go?
We've got a real fire in our belly to create a lot more music. Like we've really loved that creative process over the last sort of 12 months that we've been working on this album. And I don't see us stopping anytime soon. Everyone's on the same page there, which is quite exciting and cool, because we weren't necessarily expecting that to be the case. We originally got together for one show and had a lot of fun playing live, and we thought, let's play some more shows, but that's evolved into we're getting more creative, and really enjoying that process probably the most.
Gonna hit the road?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
when.
middle of the year-ish.
You want to do it winter? Oh, really?
When
you go to Taupo middle of winter, cold rainy old night in the motel.
There's nothing else to do. Come see Zed.
The hole in one's closed. Wait, so after the break.
Sorry, Taupo.
Yeah, sorry about that. So after the break, it's a mashup. Is it the best of?
Yeah, we thought trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Brilliant. More from Zed in a moment.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.